Bonjour! I hope you are well rested from yesterday. Now, if any of you did not do the recipe that we did yesterday to let the eggs and the flour and the milk rest, you need to watch that video which we will play now. And for any of you who did see it, if we can skip ahead, we'll skip ahead to about here. Okay? For the rest of you, you'll watch this video here. Okay, so for tomorrow's recipe, we need to do some work ahead of time so the recipe can rest for 2 to 3 hours. So it can be mwah. If we rush it, maybe an hour, but mwah, 2 to 3. Okay? So, several things that we need to do ahead of time. We need a bowl and 4 eggs. We need 1 1/3 cups of milk and 1 cup of flour. So we crack the eggs into the pot. Bowl. Like so. We check for shells. And we add our milk. So, we can use our whisk à la fourchette. This. Magnifique. The flour. The reason the recipe needs to rest is for the flour to absorb the eggs and the milk. Once this is nice and mixed, we are going to refrigerate and wait. Okay? And then I'll see you tomorrow for the rest of the recipe. Thank you. I am so happy that we are back together. Before we begin, what I want all of you to do is grab a medium-sized saucepan, and I want you to either grease it, oil it, butter it, or a spray. I like shortening. It works perfect. And I want you to put it on the stove and have it on 3 or 4. Maybe 4, and then we turn it down. When we cook these, it should be about, take 1 minute for the first side. Okay, so I have started my pot already. So what we do is for our mix, we want to stir it a little bit. You will see it settles. And once this is perfect. So, next, 2 tablespoons of sugar. 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Now 1/4 teaspoon of salt. A little thing, never measure over your recipe. So we use this. And then we will add some vanilla extract. I like to add about 1 teaspoon. You will taste it, but just a little bit. I like it to be like, what is that? What is that? It's so good, but you don't know what it is. It's 1/2. And 1. And let's mix this up really well. Okay, so now we are ready for the serve. Now, there is one thing you want to make sure before we do this, is that your pan is hot, so it doesn't stick. Okay? I usually wait 10 minutes, and then she's hot, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so make sure your pan is hot, and I will meet you at the stove. Okay, so here we are at the stove with our pan. And I can't tell you how your pan will heat up. This gets pretty hot, so we have it around 2.5 to 3. You'll have to experiment. Your first crepe is for you. 1, because it may be messy, but still tasty. And 2, because they may be all eaten by the time you are done. So we start out first with our first one with 1/4 of a cup, so that we can get used to the pan, and then we will move on to 1/3 of a cup. So we will take our 1/4 cup and lift the pan off the burner, because we will move it around to make sure that it is nice and round. Now this takes some patience, because if you lift it too soon, it will be a mess. Okay. So this should take about a minute. And then what you will see is around the edges will start to get dry. And that is when you start to check it. Okay. We rack the edges free. And we skip and flip. And this side should take about the same. While that is going, I have my plate ready. Check again. Beautiful, as they say. We take this like this, and then we will head to the table and we will finish it. Okay, so for the final touch here, with the nice warm crepe, you can use, for simplicity, some jelly or some fresh fruit, some whipped cream, or whatever you want. Dessert, you can, anything. So we take a little jelly, and we spread it. The warmer, the better. She spreads nice. We spread it, and then we simply take it and roll it, just like so. And then we make it pretty with some powdered sugar. And voila! We have our crepe.
Une fleur de femme, de fling de style, bark. Today we're making a toast. You take it a toast. We're making a French toast. You take it a toast. You put it in a toast. Oh, read it. Ho, ho, ho. And now wee. And then we make it a toast. And that's how you make it the French. Pinky.